we can make that,
I
right? Like
can tell
what?
you, yeah, I can tell you guys right now, my list of stocks that I have that are blowing up. That's not a problem. It's just the strategy that I have right now that I've used, that I've tested, has not worked is like I wanted to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, well, I guess let's start with this. Like, how are you trading these things, like mechanically, right? You said you sell puts. Do you do more than that?
So on my back burner, right? So this is my philosophy, right? So everybody, the mental game that everybody has is like, oh, I'm gonna play a mental game, right? That I'm gonna have the mental game is like I don't want to I want to buy at the lowest and sell at the highest.
Hmm.
So my kind of getaway from that is like I'm just gonna sell cash and carry puts on 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 thing on companies from Alpha because those ones are good companies that I want to own anyway too, right? Because I don't care if I my put makes the money and I own 100 stocks, I don't care because those are good stocks, right? So it's kind of my way of relaxing. But if I don't hit it, I would just keep the premium and I do it again next week. But I do it weekly. I do like on the one for Alpha Picks, like the KGC, I did a put last week, on it. It just made $130, and I'm happy with that.
Hmm.
It's on there. And if I would have got it and expired the truck, I would have had 100, and then I would just sell the call. I would sell a covered call. It's not a big deal. But on these other ones that are high risk, like Palantir and Oklo and those, I'm paying attention to the news of what's going on in the environment, like I said, like when they announced that with Trump that he's going to do, the 1.5 trillion, I switched my mindset now. Okay, I'm going to look for more dips on these. And also I've been using Perplexity, and I ask Perplexity also. I'll ask Perplexity. I go, hey, what do analysis think on these stocks? What will be around Monday? What will be the high? What will be the low? And I just analyze off that, okay, and I'll be like, okay, if I go somewhere in between the low, let's just say Oklo. I don't know what Oklo's last price was. Um, let me see my last stock that I did. Oh, Path was the other one that I had. Really good.
Path?
Yeah,
PATH?
PATH. Yeah.
UI path?
Yep.
This is an AI company, right?
Yep. That's an A company.
Yeah.
And,
I think
and
they do like enterprise software to like
yep,
automate
they
stuff, right?
do. Yeah, they're suspected to get a contract with the government because it was somebody official that mentioned them. Government official mentioned them, and so that kicked it off. And they're like, okay, these guys might get a government contract.
Yeah. So your stock selection has a lot to do with like reading the news and all that.
Yeah,
Um, we can do that. We can build a strategy like that. I mean, we have perplexity built in. We can definitely do that, right?
yeah,
The only problem is that we can't really backtest that,
yeah. I know that's the problem.
right? Because I don't know what perplexity would have said 2 years ago because it didn't exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
Um,
that's why I was grabbing my list of stocks, my top 15, and I tried to backtest those, and that's where I had some of the problems. I mean, I tried to do it today too, and I still had another problem.
so, this is what I'm thinking. Okay. So, what I'm thinking is we need to come up with like one or two or three base option strategies that
Hmm.
are generally good at buying like these high growth, volatile, but rocket ship kind of stocks,
Right.
right? So, we could take a couple of these that we know did well over the past year or two and build an option strategy around that, right? And we could even build more than one option strategy. We could build one where we sell puts. We could buy one where we buy calls. We could buy one, like we could build a bunch of them, right? And just see which one works better. And then once we have like a base strategy, like how we trade it, then we can do a bunch of stuff with that, right? We can have it so that it just trades a bunch of tickers, right? You just give it tickers and just say trade these, right? Or we can get it to pull from like an API, kind of like Alpha Picks, right? That's like
Hmm.
another way that we could do that. Or we could get to pull from Perplexity, right? We could actually get it to search Perplexity and do some reasoning around that and buy a set of tickers and do it that way, right? So that's But I think at the core of that is like, what is the base option strategy do we want to do? Do we want to trade weeklies? Do we want to trade monthlies? Do we want to
Yeah.
trade leaps? Are we trading calls or puts? Are we buying or selling? Are we buying spreads? You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of different configurations that we could have there, right?
Yeah, what I was trying to do is and this is what I in my back of my mind, what I was trying to do. I was trying to use the momentum. So what I was thinking to do is going to scan those stocks that I have, and whoever had the highest momentum going up, the 15-day momentum going up, it was going to buy that one. And once it crossed, like let's say the 30-day momentum on a downward trend, is going to sell it, right? On whichever one had the highest momentum for that day. That was my original plan of going to do. I just haven't got any safety nets into it yet.
Okay.
I wanted to use the momentum, like I said, and buying the call. I was trying to do it weekly. Well, I was going to try to sell at the end of the week, and but buy the call at a month span. That way, I have a little bit of wiggle room in case it goes south.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking in my mind how to do this. Um, but I don't think I worded it correctly.
Yeah.
Because when I did my test, it didn't go on right now, and AI is giving me errors. So,
It's giving you
but
errors.
well, it tell me the some issues on it. I just did a 30-day test right now. Let me see. But to me, from my test, I don't have a good like stop loss to say, okay, stop at this point and let's just wait for the next high momentum stock to pick up.
Mm.
That's where I think I'm failing at.
So you're saying in terms of picking symbols, that's the hard part.
Right. No, well, yeah, picking on the one. It should be. I think it should be scanning them and saying, okay, this one has the highest momentum right now at the moment. But I don't know if the indicator is quite on there, like for that. Maybe I didn't put on the indicator for that. That's a good thing I didn't put it on. Let me see.
Mm.
Uh,
Well, you could use did you use RSI? What was your indicator?
what
Or
was that?
RSI is a good indicator for
Yeah, RSA is a good indicator. But I
yeah.
would the time. I'm still playing with the time. Well, I haven't done it that way. I've been using the momentum. I
Okay.
told AI to use the momentum, and I would think it would do better. Because what happens is with some of these stocks that I've noticed is like they blow up. Like they go up 10, $15, $20 in one day. And if that's an option, that's two or $3,000.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I made $2,000 on Monday last week doing that same thing, but it's following that. I'm just following the stock with my mental out, but I'm trying to get the dang bot to do it for me. To get my mentality into that. That's what it's trying to do. If I can just get it to if catch that momentum and just ride it, and figure out a good way to stop it so we don't lose money. I know a trailing, I don't, that's the thing, you can't do a trailing stop on options, can you? Does anybody know how to do that?
Sure.
I think you can.
Yeah,
How do you do that?
that's what my strategy uses. I use trailing stock.
You have trailing stops on yours?
Yeah, no problem.
Huh. And what do you use as your broker?
Um, Interactive brokers.
Oh, internet brokers?
Yeah, this is actually one of the suggestions from AI. The
Uh-huh.
ejector seat, long call plus trailing stop.
Ooh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. But I mean, if you're and these stocks, it might also be good to have a profit target, right? I mean, if you get, if you hit 50% or something, it might be best just to get out
Yeah.
because,
Well,
as you said, it
that,
blows up and then it probably, then it kind of fizzles out.
right. That's kind of why I keep my thing. Like for Palantir, right? I'll buy two options. Boom.
Yeah,
And it goes up twice, and then once it hits the all-time peak, usually it'll say that the all-time peak, I'll sell one option, and then I'll stay with the other one just in case.
yeah, okay. Right, yeah.
That's been my strategy that I've been using. It's been working for me um, at these moments. I should say.
Yeah.
But it's not 100%. But I think that is kind of the Eptic injection seat. I think that's a good strategy right there. And what we can do with those, if we can have it scan the list of these power stock and these high potential defense stocks, you know, just ride the wave with them. I think that's a good idea because I have a list of about 100 stocks. Let me show you how many I have. 93 that I have.
Okay. I mean, we could just feed those in.